Hola, welcome, namaste, welcome to my kitchen. This is Anagha, and I'm excited to be here to share a really simple and delicious dish with you guys. Guess where it comes from? All the way from Egypt. In Ramadan in Egypt, no celebration is complete without this dish. Very easy to make. Most of the ingredients you guys have it at home. So let's get started. It's called Basbousa. It's an Egyptian cake that's made, well, actually all of Middle East, but in Egypt it's made for Ramadan. Let's look at our ingredients. We have cream of wheat or Sooji or Farina, granulated sugar, honey, baking powder, ghee or clarified butter, yogurt, plain, and unsweetened coconut powder. So I have a big bowl to which I will add our Sooji, sugar, baking powder, and dry coconut. Just going to whisk all of this together. It's very interesting that in Marathi we call Sooji rava, and when I ate this dish in Istanbul, it's called revni. I wonder if there is any similarity. Here I have ghee, and I'm going to add honey. The ghee is a little warm, and that kind of helps for the honey to melt. You know, this recipe actually reminds me of the cake that my grandmother used to make. It was called dahi ravetsa cake. That's because it has yogurt and it has Sooji. And my grandmother was a vegetarian, so I can see why she would make this cake. I've added the ghee and honey mixture to our dry ingredients. To the dry mixture of coconut and Sooji or Farina or cream of wheat, I'm going to add the ghee and the honey mixture and just mixing it well. You want to make sure that all the ghee is coating, the grains of the Sooji. It's interesting if you notice that even though it's similar, you go from country to country. The sugar syrup that we will be making later, that's used to sweeten this cake, varies. I mean, in some countries they add rose water and orange blossom. In some they add only lemon. In some they add only rose water. So it's kind of interesting. Now we will add our yogurt to this mixture. And now you're not supposed to overmix it. You don't want it to be like mushed and squished. You just want it to be mixed. There you go. I have a 10-inch pan here, and I'm brushing it with a mixture of some tahini, which is a sesame paste, and some butter. You can always use just the butter, but I feel that when I ate it at a friend's place, it had a really nice nutty flavor to it, and she said it's because of the tahini. I'm gonna take my pan and just pour it out like so. And you can use a spatula or a hand, to go back in and kind of press it to make an even layer. I'm going in with my hands. I feel nothing like your hands. I mean, no matter what fancy spatula you may have and whatnot, but I feel just the way your hand does the work, nothing like it. All right, now comes the fun part of making design. And you kind of go in and do this. So when your cake is baked, or your basbousa is baked, you can just go back and sort of emphasize the previously made cuts. There you go. Here our basbousa is ready to go into the oven. I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes on the middle shelf and then move it to the top shelf to get that crispy brown, beautiful color on top. While the oven is heating, I think I'm going to do some decorations. I have some pistachios. I don't have almonds that are normally used in the basbousa decoration. Whatever nuts you have. While our basbousa is baking in the oven, we're going to make a sugar syrup for it. It's equal amount of sugar and water, and then we're going to add some lemon juice to it. I have a cup of sugar here and a cup of water. I'm going to give it a stir. That's it. It's going to go on the stove. Our syrup is ready, and I'm going to add juice of half of lemon. This lemon is from my garden, and I've used the zest yesterday in my pasta, but it has awesome amount of juice in it. Whoa, look at this, guys. Gorgeous, right? Our basbousa is ready, and I'm going to now pour some of the syrup that we have made on top of this and pour half of it over it. You can see that it will just soak it up. And I'm going to leave some of this just when I'm cutting it up and serving. I will serve some syrup on the side. All right, our basbousa is ready. I've poured most of the syrup on it, and I'm going to let it sit so that the syrup gets nicely absorbed and makes the cake nice and moist. It was a blast hanging out with you guys in the kitchen as always. Please let me know in comments if you like the recipe, if you don't like the recipe, or anything else. Until next time, happy cooking. Adios.